Hey guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural podcast in Namibia. I'm claiming their title, the biggest agricultural podcast in Namibia, which is the page Induna Wengombe. I am, of course, your host, the guy, the one, the only Mitchell Simata, aka the Induna Wengombe, which means the headman of cattle. So today I'm going to talk about goat farming. A gentleman came through the comment section and asked me if I had any experience farming goats, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I do have experience farming goats. I farmed goats on a small scale, but this was back in the communal area. I lost hope because I was a victim of stock theft. People were stealing my goats, relatives were stealing my goats, and predatorization. Hyenas wiped out my entire goat herd. So I lost interest in breeding goats, but it doesn't mean that I didn't go do my research. I did. So I went back and I did research. I got some information from a lady in the Bloemfontein area who's a well-established commercial goat breeder. Her name is, I didn't get the name, but the surname was Grobler in the Bloemfontein area. I think she also did an article with Farmers Weekly. So I got some information on her. She said when she started off a goat farming business, the first thing that she did was careful selection. She selects when she selects females, which are ewes. They must give birth every year and be good mothers and produce enough milk to raise all their offsprings on their own with minimum help from her. When she's continuing on selections of ewes, she says, well, the females that she selects have to have a strong head with feminine expressions and a slightly bowed nose with a slightly bowed nose. A breeding buck must have good length, depth, balance in the body, as well as a long rump. Such a goat tends to carry more meat. Using a quality ram is non-negotiable for her, as this is the only way to enable genetic progression. One buck is put between 20 to 30 ewes. This is during now the breeding season. Her bucks are kept with a flock of ewes for about 6 to 8 weeks, not months but weeks. The ewes are separated after they are scanned and separated for appropriate feeding and care demands on how many kids each is carrying. It could be either be twins. I'm going to continue on that. Those that are carrying triplets receive preferential treatment, and the first-time mothers also get a helping hand. So, if those that are producing for her, what she's saying is those that are producing triplets might require more care than those that are producing normal triplets. I mean normal twins compared to the ones that are producing normal twins. And she also keeps an eye on our first-time mothers. She went on to say that goats are normally seasonal breeding animals with their peak heat periods. It's either March, April, May, or September, or October, or November. It's 6 months. But what she does is she doesn't breed a goat seasonally, but according to 9 months, according to a 9-month timeline. The first five months is for gestation. 3 months it's 3 months until weaning, and another month for recovery. That's how she does her breeding period. She says it is also critical that a maiden ewe be at least 80% of a matured weight when bred for the first time. Otherwise, her first kid may be a handicap, and she's likely to remain small and produce small kids thereafter, which is something you want to avoid. You want to make sure she's of the right weight, right size before you put her to a breeding buck. So you have to weigh her and everything. So that's something you have to keep into consideration. I'm trying to see if I can get the numbers of these animals at full grown. I can't get here. It says a massive weaning is between 30 to 40. Not really. Let's move. I can't get anything here. It says, in intensive management programs, it says, good management is essential. A high number of livestock are concentrated in a small area. Amongst other factors, this leads to a great concentration of manure, which can add to a pest burden. Hardy and resilient animals like a hardy and resilient animal like a goat can become susceptible to ailments in a poorly managed intensive system. I saw a picture where she built a crawl. She built a very big crawl, and within that crawl, she made sub-crawls. So she'd move her goats from one sub-crawl to another sub-crawl to another sub-crawl, is to avoid them spending too much time in one crawl and leaving so much goat droppings that manure accumulates, which could lead to parasites such as flies and other parasites that are associated with large number of manure within a particular area where the animals are kept. She went on to say that beside daytime grazing, when the goats are let out to go graze outside, the goats are also fed lucerne as well as a balanced protein concentrate mixed with crushed maize. There is a lake that she uses. She says this is important. This is important for milk production and growth of their kids. Kids receive creep feed for 2 weeks of the age until weaning. She goes on to say she does dose against tapeworms regularly and vaccinations that are deemed necessary for her goats in the area that she farms in. So it's still important for you to go to your state vet, get a vaccination program for your goats so you can be able to properly vaccinate your animals to medication that is considered important in a particular area that you farm, because area from area, certain vaccinations, certain type of vaccinations and medications might differ. So she went on to say here that all her kids receive multi-vax P+ vaccination at 6 weeks, followed by another at 12 weeks. Adults receive a booster shot once a year. So she gives her adult goats booster shots once a year. She goes on to say good bookkeeping. Records of the birth of a kid, the date of birth, and the name or number of its father and mother, seer and dam, is very important as to allow her to be able to wean her goats, her kids, at the right age. You don't want to make a mistake where you're weaning it too early or weaning it too late. So it's very good that you do good record keeping. She says the kids are monitored closely to ensure that they receive sufficient nutrients and are often sufficient nutrients and are supplemented if necessary. You can pick up a kid and feel if it is getting enough milk. So you can pick it up and feel, probably on weight. I think probably on weight here. You'd be able to feel that. The focus in a commercial operation must be on delivering maximum meat at minimum weight. This means that it is best to market goats as soon as possible after weaning. At weaning age of around 3 months, a young goat will weigh about 20 kilograms. To get it to a mature size of 45 kilograms, it has to be fed for 8 months. Well, the numbers here says, continuing on some more information I got, they say Boer goat meat has less fat than beef or mutton. This is nutritionally healthy and succulent. Multiple births are known to be a normal occurrence. Multiple births, which could either be twins or triplets, a normal occurrence within the breed. Ewes produce enough milk to ensure a rapid growth in lambs. At 100 days of age, kids can reach weaning mass of about 25 to 32 kilograms. Boer goats are highly resistant to diseases. Internal parasites, more so than sheep. They, however, are more sensitive to external parasites such as ticks, especially kids. So they're not that sensitive to internal parasites like sheep, but highly sensitive to external parasites. But it still means you guys as farmers out there, you still need to do your vaccinations, vaccinate your goats, dose your goats, because I saw some people share pictures and videos of some of their goats dying of very strange ailments. So it's very important to do your dosage. Do your dosage so you do not lose this, so you do not lose your business. Let's see if I got pictures of Boer goats here. For those that might not know how a Boer goat looks, that's a Boer goat. The word boer in Afrikaans means farmer's goat. So in English it means farmer's goat. That's a male farmer's goat. That's a female farmer's goat. This is a female in good condition after giving birth to twins. Not too thin. This is what you should look for something with a both feminine face, or more feminine features. You can see that it looks a bit more feminine rather than looking like a buck. So this is something that you have to look at when you're selecting. So those are my, not really my, I can say those maybe my 1 cent, and those are the 2 cents from the well-established boer goat farmer in South Africa who has better experience farming these animals on a commercial level. So that's what I shared with you guys. I hope it answered the questions the gentleman had on why or how he can be successful as a boer goat, as a goat farmer, particularly with the boer goat breed. So that's what I have to say, guys. Those are my 2 cents on this issue. Right now, I salute you guys. And remember this. Always consult your vets. Always get your vaccination programs. And don't be scared to ask questions. And after saying that, you guys keep on farming well. And take care of yourself. I salute you.